What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna be talking about how I could have had $100,000 in the bank right now if I just did this one thing when I was 18 years old. Now it's kind of crazy, I know, but it's really simple. I'm not a a financial advisor, so take this with a grain of salt. Just based on what I've been doing in the last year and a half to 2 years, and the amount of information I've learned and things I've learned, and what I've seen other people do. I know this works. It's super simple, and I'm not gonna get into too much detail in this video. Today I'm gonna be talking about just one specific avenue that I personally use, and this is not a sponsored video. This is just something that I do, and I know tons of people have done and are doing currently, and that I know that a lot of you can benefit from. Hopefully this sparks some interest in creating a better life for yourself, put more money in the bank, and hopefully grow some avenues for you to pursue different types of investing. What could I have done when I was 18, right? That's kind of the big kicker on this video, right? That's the topic. I could have invested. Now, as simple as that sounds, it's like, okay, obviously most people have heard, invest your money, right? How many people have heard that, right? You should invest your money. Now, it sounds kind of scary and it sounds kind of complicated, and it is kind of scary and complicated if you're talking about, and when you're talking about investing, it's a very broad word, right? Because there's so many avenues and different ways you can invest your money. And when you typically hear about investing, you think the stock market, right? Most people think the stock market, they think about trading, right? The big thing the last couple of years has been insider trading, with the GameStop and all that. You hear with AMC stock and all those things, you hear on the news, shorting the stock, or you hear all these terms, and it's like, man, that sounds really complicated. Why am I gonna do? I'm not gonna do that. I'm never gonna be able to put away money and invest money. I don't really know what I'm doing. Great news is that there's a lot of easier and simpler ways about going investing your money. What this video is kind of geared towards is more of the younger folk who really don't know what to do with their money right now, and really don't, and you may have some change. You've probably been saving some money. You probably got your first job and you have some money coming in. Perhaps you have some extra income, and you really don't know what to do with your money. And that's kind of what this video is for, right? Because obviously you've heard the term, the phrase, if you're leaving your money in the bank, you're basically wasting it, right? And a lot of entrepreneurs and investors and people who are doing well financially will tell you probably something similar to that, and it's quite true, right? Because just leaving your money in the bank, there's no growth, right? So when I was 18, I had an idea that I wanted to do something and put money and have a better future for myself. And how I was going to do that was to make money and to invest money. But sadly, I didn't do that, right? I made a lot of mistakes. I spent a lot of money that I could have but I could have done a lot better things with that money. And now that I'm a little older, I just turned 25 last month. Thank you. And so I look back and I'm like, man, I could have done so many different things, and hopefully this kind of helps you avoid making those mistakes as far as with your money goes, right? Look, if you're putting your money in the bank and you don't need that money right away, as long as you have a nest egg, a rainy day fund per se. If you watch Dave Ramsey, you have money put away in the bank for at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Cars, rent, utilities, food, things that you need, basic necessities to take care of yourself. That extra money you should be putting into some sort of investment. Now, what I'm going to be talking about, what I personally do right now, and there's tons of different resources and areas where you can that you can use. What I'm personally talking about is Acorns. Now, you might have heard of Acorns. It's kind of been all over the place as far as advertising goes. You might see it sometimes, especially if you're interested in investing. You might have seen their advertisements here and there, maybe on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or what have you. But it works. And now what I'm kind of get to in this video is how it works and what I do personally and the kind of growth that I've seen using Acorns. Now with Acorns, it is a brokerage app, so you can use that to invest. It's very simple. It's made for the everyday person that is not, maybe literate in maybe is illiterate in investing and finance. And the great thing about apps like Acorns and other brokerage apps is that they have a lot of education resources on those apps that can actually teach you the basics and what you need to know, right? And there's a lot of resources online. Obviously, Investopedia is one of them that you can use to learn about investing. Now with Acorns, the minimum, there's 2 accounts, really 3, but the 2 that we're gonna focus on right now that I use personally is the investing account, right? And that's more so for short to long-term investments, and then the the retirement account, right, or the later account, what they call it in Acorns. But it's basically for retirement, because they match with the Roth IRA, excuse me. They put money into a Roth IRA, and then they put your money, excuse me, in the Roth IRA, and that money, if you know anything about Roth IRA, is not meant to be touched until later, right? When you're going to retire, and there's some penalties involved if you pull that money anytime sooner than that. So I personally, I put money into that Roth IRA, and I have my own personal Roth IRA that I contribute to with my job. So I'm not really too focused on that on Acorns, but the one that I do utilize mostly is the Invest account, right? The Invest account, the minimum deposit, the minimum contributions to the Invest account is $5. It's really simple. There is a 3% fee, I believe, per month with Acorns that you have to pay for brokerage usage, right? Because when you invest this money into with Acorns, there's a slew of people, advisors and analysts that will arrange your money based on the market at the given time, right? And so basically what you're putting your money into with the investment account is your ETFs, right? The ETF is an exchange traded fund, right? So exchange traded funds, so those are like they basically match the stock market, right? And so basically whatever's happening in the stock market, the analysts and advisors, they will go ahead and adjust based on that, right? And so you don't ever have to really worry about your money. You don't have to do things like day trading, which you see a lot online, YouTube. You don't have to worry about stock options and things like that when you're investing your money with Acorns. It's really simple. Now, this is the type of investment account that you are really looking for the long term. Now, there's different types of ways you can invest your money in this investment account, right? There's based on your age. I mean, there's aggressive, very aggressive, moderate, and low, right? So based on your goals and based on how you want to invest your money, and based on how you want to, the expected returns you wish to make, based on that is how you're going to decide on how to invest your money. And when you start, when you download this app and you use it to invest your money, it'll walk you through everything and what you need to know. So you're not going in there kind of blind-eyed, and there's tons of resources online. I personally like Reddit and even YouTube, right? There's tons of resources. I'm just here to tell you that this is available to you. So with this app, you can make contributions on the daily, you can make it weekly, monthly, and so instead of putting your money into a savings account where there's little to no growth, right? You're putting it into this investment account to where your money is working for you, and you're making some money, you're making dividends, and they reinvest those dividends. Dividends are basically money that the companies pay out for your investments, and that money gets reinvested into the account with Acorns, and so it contributes more to that growth. And it's very simple, very easy, and the returns on investment in a literal sense is well worth the usage, right? So with this app, I'm gonna go ahead and show you kind of what I'm talking about as far as the kind of growth that you can see based on contributions. Currently, with the rate as far as what I'm going with my investments, I'll go ahead and show you where the trajectory and where I'm heading towards with my investments with Acorns, and hopefully this helps you out, and you can go ahead and start your new journey, your new finance journey investing. All right, I'll see you on the app. What's up, guys? So right now we are in the Acorns app, and right now we are in the your potential feature in the app, right? Basically showing you, based on your recurring investments, what that return will look like at the at the given goal or age, right? So right now I'm showing it with you at the $5 recurring investment. Currently I do about $10 per day with recurring investments into the invest account with Acorns. But right now I'm just going to show you what it looks like with the $5 contribution per day on the invest feature on Acorns, right? So right now I'm showing with the hypothetical investment of $5 per day. I will have a total investment projection of $136,531 at the age of 40, right? And that's with a $85,263.96 investment and a return of $51,267.98 return. Now that sounds crazy, right? Just by $5 a day. Some of you spend more on lunch than with this investment, so I know you can make this investment amount. But let's just say that I don't want to withdraw by 40, right? I'm 25 now. Maybe I want to withdraw, when I'm 60. Now this is how crazy this is, right? So over time, obviously your money is growing, and you're still making investments, and you're still contributing to this account, and boom, right there at 60, I have a hypothetical investment projection of $652,156 by the age of 60. Now let's just say I'm investing $20. Now, by the time I'm 60, I'll have $1.2 million by the time I'm 60. Now that's crazy, right? And I know some of you can't make contributions of $20 per day. Times are rough, but when you can, I mean, just look at the amount of the potential for growth if your investment, right? And it's super simple. It's super easy. All you have to do is download the app and actually make contributions. And this is the hypothetical investment projection that you can see, right? And let's just say you want to you don't want to wait till 60. Maybe you want to wait till 40, right? And then you just start at 18. Obviously, this is going to be different for everyone based on when they start and how much they invest when they start and how much they invest as the time goes on. For me, right, if I invested $20 per day, by the time I'm 40, I'll have $267,730, which is also crazy, right? I mean, that's over $250,000 that I'll have as in an investment by contributing as much as sometimes what dinner would cost per day, right? Which is insane. Or let's just see how much it would be if I were to do $30 per day, right? So now look, even almost a little bit over $100,000 more than it was when I was contributing $20. So as you can see, with the investment, you can kind of manipulate the amounts, you can change the amounts, and you can see what the actual growth projection would look like over time. It's super simple, and I wish I knew this when I was 18, because it would have saved me a lot of headache financially, and I know a lot of you can relate to that. And hopefully this will help you take the steps to go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so in this setting, it shows the Roundups settings. This is a really cool feature with Acorns. Now, with this, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll kind of go into it. With the Roundups feature on Acorns, it's pretty cool. I haven't seen it in other apps yet. I'm sure there is, but with this app, basically what it is with your debit card, every time you make purchases with your debit card, say you're buying lunch or you're buying groceries, whatever the case may be, based on what you choose to do as far as your the whole dollar Roundup settings, it will, and also the multiplier, right? The change that you have left over from that purchase, say if you buy something for $10.99, that remaining, it'll round up the amount and contribute that change to your investment account, right? So that 1 cent or whatever the case may be, and or not, right? It's all based on what the multiplier you choose and the whole dollar roundup amount that you choose, right? So this is a pretty cool feature. It allows you to put more money into that investment account without even really thinking about it. And how many times do you make purchases with cash, right? And you have this extra loose change, a bunch of pennies and dimes and nickels, and you just throw it off to the side, right? In this case, that money is being deposited into your investment account, and therefore, it's beginning to work for you, which is awesome, right? And it makes this this endeavor a lot easier, and it allows for more growth in your investment. So there you have it, guys. Super simple. I hope this helps. I know that a lot of you are looking to invest your money, and you're hearing about all this, stock market jargon, and you're hearing all this stuff on the news and everything like that, and it's a little overwhelming, and so it's preventing a lot of you from starting your investing journey. And hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gets you started. Hopefully this, ignites something in you to start, thinking about your future, and goals and things like that. And hopefully this, puts you on a track to succeed at whatever that goal is. Hopefully this does that for you, okay? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment if you wish. If there's some things that you want to add, or some things that I missed, perhaps you can go ahead and put it in the comment section and let me know, and I'll take it into account for the next video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time. All right? Peace.